Hi, Sarina Russo, 37 years as founder and managing director of the Sarina Russo Group. We have several companies made up of education, higher education, training, apprenticeships, job creation, job active. As an entrepreneur, you experience success and you also experience disappointments, or some people call it failure. In 2009, we had something like 26 offices, and I made a total commitment that in 2015 that we would become the biggest and the greatest provider in Australia under the job active space. That was my dream, that was my vision, and guess what, we did it. And we won 96 offices throughout Australia, which is an equivalent of $90 million a year in the job active space. And we turned to Toshiba to help us set up 96 offices within 12 weeks.
Sarina Russo were very successful in bidding for many parts or many modules of a federal government tender. And as a result of that, they had to hire people, they had to find the premises, and they also then had to actually find a technology partner. And so we actually came to Sarina Russo with the Toshiba One holistic option. So the challenge was logistics, supply, delivery, deployment, implementation. Very, very tricky, but we did it.
The reason why we chose Toshiba came down to a couple of factors. One was the trust that we had over a space of about 15 years. The second was their ability to be able to deliver all the services that we need wrapped up into effectively one product.
They contracted us to actually supply their ICT, electronic content, and also their MFD fleet. All of it had to be installed by 1 July, which is when the federal government was conducting an audit to make sure that they were compliant.
We found Toshiba's service to be excellent, especially during the rollout. But even now, we find their service is fantastic. We see their staff as more colleagues than we do as suppliers.
I found that Toshiba really came up with delivering and exceeding the expectations of our group. 18 months later, looking back in hindsight, it's been an extraordinary collaboration, an extraordinary partnership, and for that we're indebted. And I'd strongly recommend any client in my position, whether we're small or large, that you turn to Toshiba. So thank you very much.